everybody, it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. We have a fan blowing on us today because we have no AC in the craft room today. I woke up this morning and no AC. So I don't know, it's a window unit, so I don't know if I just need a new one. And I just stabbed myself with a little pin, so I don't want to bleed all over my project. But hi everybody, and I hope you're having a great Thursday. We're going to make a tag door hanger today. And so grab yourself a cool drink or a nice hot drink, whichever you prefer. Sit back, relax, and let's craft. All right, I do have some vinyl cut with my Cricut. It is Dollar Tree vinyl. We are going to be using the color Moss from Waverly Chalk Paint, but any color will do because I'm trying to match my scrapbook paper. Not match, but kind of, you know, yeah, match. So I'm going to be using this, and this is from Hobby Lobby. Actually, I think this one came out of a book from Hobby Lobby, but it was in my loose paper today. We're going to be using one of these Dollar Tree tags that we need to take all of these little, let's see if we can find a tool. We're going to need to take all these little stars off. I think they're going to pop off pretty easily. They might take a little paper with them, but that's okay. So we'll save those in our bits and bobs. 4th of July will be coming right up shortly. So we'll save those. And then I'm just going to take a little sanding paper and sand that little bump off. I'm going to sand, actually, you know what we'll do is we'll take our scraper, Dollar Tree scraper, and we're just going to rub. I know it's loud, and I hope you can hear me with the fan. We won't know until we're done, right? So I'm all done, and I play this back. Alright, I'm just going to get all the sanding, all the glitter, or as much as possible. Now you can do this with the wet technique too, if you have a little more time. It's a little bit better, but I'm just going to do it this way and get most of that off. It doesn't have to all be gone. I just want a flat surface. I don't want this bumpy. Alright, so that is pretty good right there. Let's get a couple more stripes. And that is good. We will tap that off. And I'm just going to brush this right onto the floor, because every couple of days I vacuum down here, and today's gonna probably be one of those days. So otherwise, when you do the wet technique, it's a little bit more controllable because it's wet, so you can just get a wet paper or a dry paper towel and just take that. Let's see, I am looking for a paper towel because I think I just spread more glitter on the table with my towel. Alright, let's cut our tag off here. We will reuse this tag maybe at the end, so cut that knot off. It might not be big enough, but we'll save that little piece. Put our tool back here. Now, this is not going to fit. The whole piece is not going to fit. You guys can't even see what I am doing. But the whole thing is not, this whole piece of paper is not long enough to fit my thing. So I am going to cut it, but I am not going to go all the way up and then piece it. I'm actually gonna go probably, I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to go to the corner here, because less cutting, right? So we'll just put it in the corner. It's a little over there. Okay, line it up and grab a pencil. Forgive me, I am not prepared. I'm just going to grab a pen. Oh, here's a pencil, I think, if it's got any lead. All right, so I'm going to go to almost a little bit higher than midway. All right, so that's where I'm going to go. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. And then the rest of this, so this is going to be, I'm going to mark it this way and just do the whole thing. We'll cut the whole thing out. All right, because it's just really getting complicated, and I think it'd be better if I just show you. So let's cut this out real quick. We'll sand our edges, so go on the outside of your pencil mark. I'm going to just take that little bit bigger piece there because that's where I made my little mark. All right, so now what I'm going to do is take a ruler, and where I made my little mark, I'm going to go straight across. Okay, and then I'm going to go halfway, or it's a little more, let's call it 3/4 up my, and we're going to cut this in half now because we're going to paint one half, and we are going to put this on one half. So this is going to be on one half, so let's find our middle. Let's measure it and be really precise today. So it starts, it's a little bit bigger than 8 inches. So we will go, we'll go, I think the 4 mark will be good anyway. Let's go 4. All right, so we're going to measure this over for the 4. And then we're going to fold it in half. You guys with me? We're going to fold it in, or cut it in half, because the other side we're painting. You want to do this piece nice and straight because it's going to go right up the middle of your surface. So try to get that as straight as possible. All right, now, so that's going to go here. And then we're going to continue it on up top here with the other half. And we'll just try to, looks like that will be a good place to kind of blend it. So we'll put those 2 pieces on after we paint it. I hope that made sense. It's not long enough to go all the way. And I'm going to have, let's take this apart too. I'm going to have one of these tags, and I'm going to have that going in. So that's where our seam is going to be. Look, I just broke that right off. Easy peasy. This is also Dollar Tree. It was put out at Christmas time. And I saved it because I love tags. See if we can get this glue off without killing it. Let me try to heat this up and get the glue and this little kebabby thing off. And so we don't have all this, it's just shriveling up that, melting that piece. I really didn't want to, I wanted to use this piece, and I thought that would pop off a little bit easier. All right. Scrape it a little bit more. Not only did they glue this to each other, they stapled it. Now I have a staple here to get out and contend with. Let's see what we have to get under this little staple. Yeah, I woke up this morning and, oh geez, that might be too deep. I dug too deep there. It was, there was a note on my coffee pot from my roommate and best friend, Doreen, and she said, one of our air conditioners is not working. Alright, that looks pretty good. We're just going to do the same thing. Let's use our scraper and scrape some of that glitter off. And this one says Holly, and the other one says, I don't know, it says Holly and Jolly, but only one has the hole in it. So I'm using the top one. There's no hole. Like I said, they were glued and stapled together. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's go with that. Let's sand that up a little bit. Surfaces have to really be good for paint. You know, you really need a good surface. It's just like the walls of our house. You gotta have a good surface. So let's prep our surface really good. I think we have done that. That looks good. Alright, so there's our tag. That's going to sit across. This is really going to be cute. Now, we are going to, let's just make sure that this is going to be good with paint too. Let's just get that. Okay, we might flip this over and use the back side. Let's just do that. Let's just use this side. We'll cover the back with some brown paper. After all that work we did, I'm just afraid, unless I sit here and pick all of this paper off, I'm afraid that's going to show, it will show, see the holes where our stars were. So no big deal. We'll flip it over. We'll cover this side with paper, and let's just go to town. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is find our middle, which we said we were going with 4 inches. I'm going to mark that, and then we're going to just go right down the middle here so we know where to paint and where not to paint. There we go. Now we're going to use Moss by Waverly. And you guys know how to paint. So maybe for time's sake, we will paint this up on one half. And I will do that off camera. And then we'll be right back. Okay. So now we have half of our board green, and we have our little tag also painted green, and I'm going to go around the edge a little bit with my sanding block here because I like to distress it. I like my corners worn good, you know, and I like it to look like it's a little older and more antiqued. And I like how it gives it a nice outline. I think if you have been here for a while, you've heard me tell stories. Oh, 1 minute, please. I need to take this. Okay, I am back. I'm sorry, that was an important phone call. And you know what's weird is I thought I put, it's on Do Not Disturb. My phone is on Do Not Disturb, so I don't know why I even got interrupted. I don't know. All right, so we are going back to this. So this is green and this is green. And I'm sanding my edges, but I'm also going to sand some of this part off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want those words underneath to show, but I definitely want this distressed. So I'm kind of rubbing my sanding block in where I know there was no words. If that makes any sense. I hope it does. Let me get a couple spots down here. good enough. So this is aged. I hope that is coming across on camera. I want to do the same thing here. I'm going to go around the edges mostly though. Let's just sand our edges, and then we're going to put our paper on. And this is going to come to life. This whole thing, well, I hope it does. You know how you have a vision in your mind, and I was going to do two different papers. I was going to do a flower and a plaid, because I kind of like that combination. And then I thought, well, no, maybe I'll do flowers on the board and the plaid on the little tag. But then I thought, no, because then my words won't show up good on that. All right, let's just take our little the edge here of our little Gator sander, or you could use an emery board, and I'm just going to sand a few spots off. Just kind of roughing it up, distressing it. So that it doesn't look brand new, unless you like that look. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more spots. Darken it up a little bit. All right, that looks good. Let's take a rag and clean up our mess. So that's what that one looks like now. All right, let's have some Mod Podge on the scene for this one. I'm not going to go with the purple glue stick today. I like it. I don't know. I can't make up my mind. I just can't make up my mind. So I'm going to get one of my makeup brushes. It's a blush brush from the Dollar Tree. And because I'm fighting a fan here, I know less is more, but there's a fan here. I'm going to start out with a little Mod Podge right here, and then try to work quickly. And cover all of my surface here. I love the makeup brushes for, I'm going to Mod Podge the whole thing anyway, so if you get it on your green, that's okay. I'm going to start with my little piece at the bottom here and put that on. And then I'm going to add some more Mod Podge to the top here because it's already drying. You're probably going to hear my lawn care people. They are mowing. All right, now don't forget, we are going to cover, let's get underneath that really, really well. We are going to cover the whole piece in Mod Podge. So now we're going to take our other piece here. Sticking to the, and let's try to match that. What did we say? Do I have the wrong piece? Yeah, I have the wrong piece. Oh my goodness, scared me. I guess doesn't really matter where it goes. So we're just going to finish that up. And let's get a little scraper out. This is cardstock though, so it's really, really thick. And not, there goes our words, you guys, because my fan is blowing. Hopefully we can get that. Excuse me. All right, we are disappearing, excuse me. All right, so there is our surface. Let's just get that down really, really well. I want that to just be really good, especially here on the seam. And now we're just going to go around and cut out our excess here. We will cut off our excess, I should say, like so. I'm going to cut a couple of slits in the hole that we're covering here so that I can fold that in and get that out of the way. But we need a little Mod Podge fighting a fan and a lawn man and all the things, right? All right. Let's get a little bit more off of here, and then we will sand off the rest. I want to put a little more Mod Podge right here where it feels like it is coming up. And I'm going to just push that down really, really well. And I'm going to use a little towel to do that so it doesn't get it all over my hands. All right, now we're going to put our word. Oh, we almost dumped over our Mod Podge. Now we are going to put our words on our surface. So I have the word home printed out. I don't know if you can see it. And it is with a Glad, we're going to use Glad Press and Seal as our transfer tape because it's Dollar Tree vinyl, doesn't have as much adhesive. I am going to turn my fan off for a moment because Glad Press and Seal is very, very flimsy and blows away even when I don't have, plus I have a ceiling fan above me, so we're fighting that one as well, but we will do it. We will get her done. All right, so it says home, but there is no O because we are going to put the O on ourself. So we'll just press this down. You guys see what I'm doing? Press your letters down really good with your finger. Nice and straight. And then we will take off our press and seal, and then, oops, our little H wants to, I think it's because it fell down on the floor and got a little wrinkly, but that's all right. Nobody will know they're getting it. It's just the press and seal that got wrinkled. All right, hide this. Gotta hide this from my kitty. All right, so now we have home. Well, we have HME. I'm just gonna rub that on really, really well. And then we're gonna Mod Podge this whole surface. But before we do that, we're gonna put our words on our other tag here. So I wanna look. I think I want to, I guess I'll have it hanging off a little. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna use, instead of putting my words tag ways down, I'm gonna put my tag going inward. So I don't know if that is even making sense to you guys, but you'll see what I mean. So do you see what I used the halfway mark now, or a little bit more than halfway mark for my seam, because we're gonna cover it so you won't even see the seam. Oh, you know what we need to do too? I think we put our Mod Podge brush in I have to put a little Mod Podge on our little circular hole here. Let's get a little on the cap. I gotta put some Mod Podge in here so I can flip my little paper in to the back here. I just made like 3 little pizza slices. I want that to stick down good. Just flip it over and stick it down. There we go. Stick that little pieces down so we have a nice hole, like so. Okay, now we are going to put our words on here, and it's gonna look backwards, but it's the way I want it to be. So we're gonna take it off our press and seal. Oh, I am so excited about tomorrow. Subscribers, Bill and Christine, are coming for a visit, and we are going to go for breakfast. And then we are going to do a little shopping. And so I don't even know if I've mentioned here, isn't that awful? But I recently started a booth. Let's get this centered here. I recently started selling some, not all, but some of my crafts in a booth at a shop with my friend Jazzy. And it's been fun. I still give a lot of things to the doctor as well, but it's been fun, and it is actually really slowing down though. Business is really slowing down. So, but it's been fun. It's been fun. And I sell all my crafts for $5. Every single thing I make is $5, and I have a lot of people telling me to go higher, but I really am satisfied with $5 because I'm donating these crafts to my doctor's office anyway. So if I make $5 a piece on my crafts, I'm thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. If I can bless somebody else, I have a issue here with my M. If I can bless somebody else with my crafts at a very reasonable price, I'm blessing us both at the same time. And then whatever doesn't sell, some things I just make 2 of, but whatever doesn't sell, I am donating to the doctor's office anyway. So it's a win-win. And why did I tell you? Oh, because tomorrow, when Bill and Christine come, we are going to go to my, I call it the shop. We're going to go to my booth. I'm having issues here. It's because the vinyl words are really little, and I'm using Dollar Tree vinyl, which is not impossible. As you can see, I do it right here in front of you. It just takes a little extra patience. That's all. All right, so now we, oh, excuse me, I have a hiccup. Now we have welcome to our home. It's going to be so cute, but I want to Mod Podge these, so I'm going to go off camera just for time's sake, and I'm going to slap Mod Podge all over my whole surface here and my whole surface here, and when I'm done, we'll be right back. Maybe. Okay. Now we have everything is Mod Podge and nice and, you know, sealed in, I guess. And we have our little words. So we're going to attach this. But before we do that, we are going to make a little wreath for this. I'm going to just use my my chalk paint bottle to make my wreath. I'm just gonna use that for the roundness of it, and I'm just gonna go around, and when I get to the first joint here, I'm just gonna give it a little twist, and then I'm just gonna go around one more time. And then I'm just going to try to slide that off. And I'm going to just go through my 2 loops here with this piece to kind of pinch and cinch it together. That'll be fine. It's not going to need to be super duper you know. All right, so there's our little wreath. So cute. We already have cobwebbies on it. All right, now I did want to put some pip berries, the green and white pip berries on here, but I really only have this little bit left, so I don't know if I can, I don't know if it's going to be long enough. Let's try it. We'll try it. You never know, right? I think it's probably going to have to be longer, but we will see. Sometimes it's not worth forcing it to work, but we are almost there. So I think the thing is that some of my berries are on the bottom, and I want that on the top. There's no berry there. I'm gonna just take these berries off. They're not long enough to do what I really want in order to really get this to be the way I want it. It's just not big enough. So we're just gonna have our regular little wreath. So all right, we have, oh, and one more thing I wanted to tell you is we're going to use some of this nautical rope for our hanger, and we're just going to go like put 2 knots and slip it through. Let's cut it off. I was looking for the end. It must be up here though. So let's get digging into that. Whoop. Okay, there are my 2. Oh, and now it's got a tie wrap, cable tie too. That's why we couldn't find the ending. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece right here, the first little loop, and cut that off. And I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on my ends here before I let go. Just butt that down. Get it all inside there. All right. And now, I guess I have to cut the one with the black tape off too. So let me hold that really tight as well, because that would be silly. Have a big black tape piece. And we're just going to take our same thing. Just putting a little glue all over the end so it doesn't unravel on us. And then, whoops, not dry yet. This one's unraveling on me over here. I just, let's cut it again. Cut it again. Maybe because I tapped it. We won't tap this one. All right. We'll put that aside for a second. Let's put our wreath on and our little sign here. I love our little sign. All right, so we're covering up our little seam. So all over, just put glue all over. And you want this kind of hanging off your sign a little bit. And then we're going to put, oh, no, we're not. Oh, yeah, that's too late, you guys. And now I'm going to put my O, and that is our wreath. But I was going to put that on top of the wreath, but that's okay. We're just going to put home. And I'm going to hold it down with some protectors because it's hot. Very hot. And then I'm going to put a knot in both of those ends that we just put glue on our little knots here. We're going to put a knot at each end. And then I'm just going to actually slip it up inside. Make sure those are nice and tight. And then where this just folds by itself, right, we're just going to tighten that and push that right through our hole and pull it up, and that is our hanger. Look at that. What do we think of that, you guys? Is that cute? Love that. Absolutely love that. So nice to hang on a door. Welcome to our home. Really, really nice and simple. Absolutely love it. This is a great time to give me a thumbs up. Sharing is caring. So go ahead and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Please pray for my air conditioner that is just like a fuse or something simple, and that God blesses it, because it's very, very, very hot in Florida and we need our ACs to work. So until the next time I see you, which will be Follow Me Friday, I hope that you be good and do good. Bye now.